One more,
Sure.
even though I was told not to do that. Okay.
I'll be quick.
Okay.
Find a quick one if you can.
Okay, this is kind of a cute one. We'll see if we can keep it cute. My wife and I are having our first kid in 4 weeks. Congratulations. Neither of us have a relationship with God, but want to raise our kids in church. Please give your advice.
Oh, you can do a good thing badly.
Yeah.
I mean that. Look, it's very much in keeping with what we talked about tonight. Regardless of the state of your religious belief or lack thereof, you can make the decision to place your child in a situation where he or she can learn the fundamental stories of our culture. And you can't be a citizen of the West without knowing those fundamental stories. Those are the same thing. Like inhabiting that narrative world and being a citizen of the West, those are the same thing. And so you can provide them with that. And every single person, and this will include your own children, have to wrestle with God within the confines of their own soul. And you can facilitate that process by educating them in the traditions of your people, so to speak. And so go to church and listen and see if you can learn and participate in the community. And if the church isn't everything you think it could or should be, then you can work to rectify that. And that's a useful thing to do too. And, I didn't bring my kids to church when they were kids, and that was a mistake.
There was one time we went to church. Mom brought us to church. And we went to a church in Toronto, and they're all woke. They're really woke now. But this was like 15 years ago. I think I was in grade 6, and they started the Lord's Prayer with "Our Mother, Father, who art in heaven," and we just got up and left. Now that was our experience with church growing up.
Right. Well, and you could say too, and I certainly would have been likely to think that way at that time, that if you go to a church and it's woke, then you should leave. And that might be the case unless they're all like that, in which case you're in some trouble. But the alternative strategy is to take back the territory, right? And if you don't, well, all of you have to think about this in relationship to your duty to your community, because part of the reason that the woke mob has prevailed is because the responsible people abdicated their responsibility. And so why are the school boards full of confused woke activists? Well, because they took the job. And so there you have it. And if you want to do something about that, think what should be done? It's like, take the job, right? And that's the only way out of this mess. So it's the same on the church front. You have a responsibility to rebuild. Well, what are you going to do? You're either going to rebuild the damaged institutions of your community, or you're going to abandon them. Those are your options. And if you abandon them, well, then what? Then what do you have? You're in the desert then. And the idol worshippers come calling pretty quickly when you're lost in the desert, as you can see if you look.